welcome back. And in this video, we're going to make a lasagna and bake one for dinner and then have one in the freezer for later. This is a great meal to have just a backup dinner in the freezer for when you don't know what to cook. So I was cutting up a couple cloves of garlic, and now I'm starting to brown up about 1 pound of hamburger and 1 pound of a mild Italian sausage. Just breaking those up and getting them browned up so I can start the sauce, the meat sauce for the lasagna. Seasoning with a little salt and a little pepper. I wanted to make this, and here goes the garlic, to make it ahead of time and bake it off and then let it cool down completely and put it in the fridge. And this way it'll kind of set, and here's the noodles, and the flavors will develop a little bit more this way. You don't have to do it this way, but this is the way that works for us. And so here is 28 ounce can of crushed tomatoes. This is for the sauce. I decided to add in an extra can of tomato sauce, just because I thought it just needed to be a little bit saucier. Tomato paste here. I put in pretty much this whole tube because it said 6 ounce can of tomato paste, but you know. Bay leaves, I added that in on my own, wasn't in the recipe. Then I put in the seasonings that I like, Italian seasoning, garlic powder. And this is a recipe by Ree Drummond, by the way. So I'll put the link to her recipe in the description box. So for the noodles, you can use the regular pasta lasagna noodles, or you can use the oven ready no bake lasagna noodles. Both work awesome. The oven ready ones are gluten free though too, so that's a bonus for those people that are gluten free. Then we're moving on to the cottage cheese mixture. This is just 1 container of fat-free cottage cheese. Started with a bowl that was too small, just like usual, so I had to switch over to a bigger one. After this, you'll see I also put in some ricotta cheese. I made this myself. Thank you very much. There it is. I showed how to do this in a previous video. I haven't figured out how to link videos yet, like my own videos within my video, so I'll have to figure that one out. But anywho, I do have a video on it. And then I'm adding in some Parmesan cheese, and I'm putting in some mozzarella cheese, and then cottage cheese and ricotta cheese, they can take a lot of seasoning, okay? They're pretty darn bland without the appropriate amount of seasoning. So you need to put in plenty of salt and pepper, garlic powder. I put in basil, salt and pepper and parsley, all those good things. The recipe does call for fresh, but I just didn't bother with that this time. I just used all dried herbs, and it was great. My family really enjoyed this dinner. We had it tonight. This is a couple days after I did this video, by the way. And it was really good. They really enjoyed it. I just kept it in the fridge until I was ready to bake it off. Made my job easier for dinner too. All I had to do was heat it up. You heat it up to 165 degrees and you're done. So for the one that I put in the freezer, after I got it all assembled, then I wrapped it all up. I'm getting my filling ready here still. And now we're layering. So you'll see the process here as I'm explaining the freezing process. So I baked off the one that I wanted to have for dinner, and then after I assembled the lasagnas here, then I wrapped the one that goes in the freezer. I wrapped the whole thing in plastic wrap, and you want to get the plastic wrap pretty pretty, you know, as close to the surface as you can of the lasagna. And that's to help stop air from getting to the lasagna, which will cause, you know, freezer burn. So just wrap it all in plastic wrap, the container and everything. Get that plastic wrap right down to the surface, and then cover it with tin foil. And then it's okay to go in the freezer. You'll make sure it's cooled down from cooking the meat and everything too, of course. That's important. So yeah, I'm just still layering. And then you'll notice I put the noodles down one way, and then for the next layer, I put the noodles going the other way. And this will help with stability, like help the lasagna from just sliding all around, and it makes serving it a little bit easier too. It comes out a little bit cleaner that way also. Oh, so yeah, just still layering here. I'm finishing up the first layer, I believe it looks like here. And then on top of this cheese, then I'll go in with some more of the meat mixture. And this will be the last layer, I believe. And then it'll be ready. One of them I will bake off right now, and the other one I will put in the freezer. And I also write down the baking instructions on the foil, as you know, right before I put it in the freezer, so that I remember to for what temperature and how long and all that good stuff. And then when you want to take the frozen one out to bake it, you'll take it out of the freezer and leave it in the fridge overnight. And then when you're ready to bake it, you'll bake it at 375 for like 60 to 70 minutes. You'll want to get a thermometer and make sure that the middle there is 165 degrees. That's to make sure that you know, it's safe to eat. We've killed all if there's any bad things in there, just like bacteria. You'll have it cooked long enough, and that's fine. So yeah, this is it. They look great. Dinner was very good. I served it with a Caesar salad and garlic bread, and it's a really good wintertime dinner. So don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video with your friends, share my channel with your friends. I'm really trying to grow my channel here. And here I am wrapping my lasagna in the plastic wrap like I was explaining before. Yeah, just wrap it all up. I was like, huh? And I had to read that a couple times just to make sure. But yeah, you just wrap the whole thing up. Make sure that as little air will get to that lasagna as possible. And then I wrapped it the other way too. I went across the top like that, and then I went like the other way with some plastic wrap too, to make sure that we were getting it sealed enough. Okay, so now here's the foil is going on. And then you'll see here in a second, I've written down the baking instructions on the foil. Right there. Very good. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate your views and your comments and everything. It means a lot to me. I enjoy doing this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.